A family vacation to Yellowstone, all 5 of them squeezed into the frame, squinting into the sun. Happy. Together. The kettle whistles, and Mary closes the box gently, returning it to its place. She measures out 1 precise teaspoon of loose tea, a luxury she maintains despite everything, because some habits are too deeply ingrained to break. As she waits for the tea to steep, her gaze falls on the phone. In an hour it will be 3 p.m. in Boston, noon in Seattle, 2 p.m. in Chicago. Perfect times to call. The phone sits silent, accusatory in its stillness. Mary lifts her teacup with both hands, inhaling the familiar scent. Outside her window, the snow falls harder now, each flake a tiny star that dissolves on contact with the earth. Like family ties, she thinks, like promises, like love that isn't tended. She reaches for her writing pad, beginning another letter she'll never send. My dearest children, today, the first snow fell. The first sign that something was wrong came in the form of a letter from the trust management company. Mary's hands trembled as she opened it, the official letterhead stark against the white paper. Dear Mrs. Chen, this letter serves as notification that your discretionary spending allowance will be reduced by 30% effective immediately, due to market adjustments and concern for long-term sustainability. She read it 3 times, each word a fresh cut. The letter was signed by someone she'd never met, though it mentioned being copied to Michael and Sarah, not David. He'd removed himself from the trust management after the house sale, citing professional distance, 30%. She did the math quickly, a skill she'd never lost from her years teaching high school mathematics. Her monthly allowance would drop from $400 to $280. The letter suggested lifestyle adjustments and included a helpful pamphlet about senior budgeting. Mary set the letter down carefully, smoothing its creases with hands that had once changed diapers, bandaged scraped knees, and applauded at graduations. The silence in her apartment pressed against her eardrums like cotton wool. Her first instinct was to call Michael. He was the executor, after all. But the memory of their last conversation, him explaining why she couldn't attend Sarah's daughter's wedding, space limitations, Mom, and the venues so far, stopped her fingers inches from the dial pad. Instead, she reached for her coat. The library computers wouldn't give her all the answers, but they might give her some. She'd learned to navigate the internet slowly but thoroughly, like exploring a foreign country without a map. The November snow had settled into dirty piles along the sidewalk.